Hi, I'm Charlie. I run a joinery business in Melbourne where we build cabinets for really exceptional residential spaces. I just got back from a family holiday in China and it completely changed what I think about leadership. In the last 6 years of building plot joinery, it's all been about grit and determination. Mantras like, it is what it is, just keep going, and losing is winning are what's gotten me through. And that's worked, but it's come with an unexpected cost. In this video, I'm going to share an insight about how my direct communication style might actually be the ceiling on my business. So going away with my parents, my brother, and my wife is the first time we've gone away as a family in 18 years. We went from touring Beijing, the Forbidden City, going up the Great Wall, to going back to my mum's home village where she was born. A week into the trip, I noticed that my jaw wasn't tight, my sleep was the best it's been in years, and there was just a general sense of calmness and softness. I wasn't eating any better or exercising anymore, so why was I feeling so much less stressed? Maybe it was seeing my parents being really happy on holiday with their kids. It could have been because I was seeing my grandparents who likely won't be coming back to Australia very often. Maybe it was my really supportive wife being there with us. Perhaps it was because Lot Joinery is in a really good place and the team is really strong. Now, I don't have a concrete answer on why I felt less stressed, but as I've come back to work, I've started to feel that physiological stress start to creep back. Feeling a little bit more anxious, the jaw is tightening up a little bit. And though it's got me thinking, why am I getting a little more stressed? There's one thought that I think could really bear fruit, and that's that maybe I need to take a softer approach. You see, I'm someone who can communicate in a really direct way, sometimes a little brash. To be kind, you could say that I rank really high in honesty. I'm a good person with good intentions, but sometimes I just can't get out of my own way when communicating with others. We've all experienced this before. Someone says something to you that's a little bit direct. You know it's partially or maybe even completely true, but the way that it's delivered just hit you with a ton of bricks, and all you can hear in your brain is the reverberation of shame, guilt, maybe even anger. You can't even listen to the advice at that point. I do that all the time. I drop bombs on people and then I leave them to think about it. I think, okay, I'm impatient. I don't have time for this. That's the information. Now you can do what's required. But that doesn't work. Why do I actually communicate like this? In this 6-year journey of building plot joinery, I think I've had to speak like that to myself just to keep me going, to keep the horse galloping along and to ignore all the pain and just keep pushing forward. Thinking back now again, one really impactful piece of advice I received is that the most masterful communicator is able to always make the other person feel comfortable. What that means is I'm able to speak with you, make you feel really comfortable about whatever it is we're talking about, and still get to a really positive outcome. That advice falls into the camp of what Bruce Lee says about being like water, or something that I always like to say, which is don't fight physics. So how does that relate to the business and leadership? Well, as plot joinery continues to grow, it's become evident that the constraint is no longer Charlie's sheer grit, hard work, and determination. Instead, as we grow, we're going to be constrained by the capability of our team as a whole. And at the heart of this, the team's ability to grow is always going to be limited by my ability to grow. There's not enough good cabinet makers who can consistently deliver good work. So all we need to solve for is to have a really good team who can consistently do good work, and then we will win. Now, I don't have a clear playbook on how I'm going to operationalize and implement taking a softer approach, but I think day to day it's going to look something like this. Number one, I'm going to have to look within, be more introspective, and be careful about how I'm actually speaking with myself. I have to take that softer approach internally so that it can manifest out to others. When dealing with others, I think I just need to focus on the fundamentals. Talk a little less, listen a little bit more. I need to watch not only what I'm saying, but my tonality and the energy that I'm carrying. I might be saying all the right things, but if my energy is one of frustration, that'll come through. So what markers or outcomes am I looking for in the short term to see if I'm finding any success in this endeavor? If I'm doing a good job of taking the softer approach, I'll probably get less defensive responses in uncomfortable conversations. I might find that generally there is just a little bit less fear in the organization and people bring more problems to me and they feel more comfortable approaching me. And hopefully, as an added bonus, I might feel a little less internal stress. Maybe my jaw will loosen up a little bit. And long term, the overall capability of our team increases. We're able to hire the best talent, retain them, train them, develop them, and we will dominate. Or we will win, because I'm taking a softer approach. At the end of the day, it's going to be about keeping the same standards, but with a softer delivery and hoping that we'll get better results.